didn't say there was custard.
The souls of the innocent. Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. So, it should be abundantly clear by now, but if it's not, I'm a writer. And what comes with that are long periods of time that you're just completely lost in the wilderness. And there's a particular phrase that a lot of writers like to use at this point. Can you guess what it is? It's writer's block. Let me tell you why I don't like that phrase. Because now you're giving it a phrase, now you're giving the bad thing a name, which can help in a lot of contexts. But in this context, it's a case of, well, no, the words are there, they were clearly there to begin with, and they're going to be there afterwards. Let's be fair, this isn't going to be your last script ever, is it? So I don't have writer's block. I've just gone quite a while with anyone seeing my work, or getting active feedback from my work. Which led to me playing a lot of Minecraft and listening to a lot of podcasts. I was listening to one podcast about Game of Thrones, and while I was there planting... It was during that time that I was listening to this podcast, this idea started to formulate in my head. And then I went back to my Doctor Who series, now I'm series 2, and I went back to the first episode of series 2, which I've got about 75% of the way there, and I've stopped, and every time I come back I look at it and I'm like, I should finish that, because I cannot possibly carry on with the... I couldn't possibly carry on with the rest of the series unless episode 1's done. That'd be ridiculous. So, I went back, injected this new life into episode 1, boom.
Boom.
And then I got to episode 2, and I felt pretty darn lost. And this is where you join me on the next vlog. Why not bring you along, let you sort of see my process? Look, if you're just here for the dog walking content, don't worry, there's plenty of that in. And I hope this sort of stuff is interesting, at least I think it's interesting anyway. And it was quite helpful to talk it out and stuff. Now, I did make the sort of biggest jump, like, off camera. Like, when I actually figured out what I wanted to do, that was off camera, which is always helpful, right? But, you know, things do be like that sometimes. So yeah, you're gonna follow me over the next couple of days, see me figure out different ideas and stuff. I feel like not enough people show the working out. Everyone wants to show you the finished product, but it's like, well, let's see the working out. Do you know what I mean? That's the only way people are gonna learn. It's the only way I'm gonna learn anyway. But yeah, I'll see you back here in a little while. Hey, it's your boy, old Slippin' Jimmy. Wouldn't it be hilarious if I started this vlog, and indeed this year, 2021, decking it? Like, could you imagine if I'm just here like, oh yeah, I did this today on the whoop? Cool twigs are cool, kids. Cool twigs are cool. I think this is a sign for 2021, to be honest, that it's just going to be unexpected and you're just going to roll with the punches. I finished episode 1, A New World. It's been cracking. I've just spent all Christmas break and specifically the last few days I've been in Havorian. I'm on to episode 2. Electric Boogaloo! And originally this plot was going to play alongside Skykeia, but Skykeia don't have enough longevity for a full episode. Not even a B plot, do you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of fun. I think I've ruined it for myself because I did this one idea where the furniture comes alive and stuff, and I can't really imagine a different idea beyond that, beyond doing this sort of plot. Okay, so put a pin in this. It's Skykeia, but the workers are all, you know, it's like too perfect, and the workers are all, oh yeah, we don't question anything about working here and stuff, and the doc's like, why? But that plot would work better in like an Amazon parody or something like that, right? So, the way it stands is it's the second greatest show on Earth. So, we're straight in, episode 2. Electric Boogaloo! We've got this B-plot to establish. It's all about the B-plot. It has to have break. Because remember, guys, this is now the point where we're introducing the second companion. Now, I think at the time I wrote this, you know, I had this idea of a planet that idolizes sadness, right? That wants to summon the Black Parade.
To be in a marching band.
But I think that works in a sort of Trolls World 2 way. I think that works where the rest of your world is happy, happy go time. You know, and that's quite powerful. But now, it just seems like a bit much to then have this episode where you've got these people who are like pretending to be sad. It's the creative challenge of I want to show that I've moved on as a writer, and I want to show that I've learned stuff and learn how to write new stuff, but also, like, I want to keep to my roots if you will, because I make this sort of joke in my head that it's musicals, theme parks, and Lego. I want to stick to what I know. What I enjoy writing, what I'm good at writing. I do like the idea of Rocket World because it's fun, it's creative, but then does it not become the same as Network when it was like, oh, actually, he is an evil... These tech billionaires are using alien technology that they don't understand. It's a full-on writing session, and obviously I do have these natural points where someone else would chime in and say, there's an idea there is an idea, we'll do this idea, and then it'll set me off just thinking, oh, okay, yeah, I could do that, and I start joining up the dots, whereas obviously, unfortunately, because I'm talking to myself, I don't know if that's just boring, that I don't have that. So, you know, we're in good think about what could happen in Rocketland, but I just know in my heart of hearts, I've already done the Black Parade storyline. I did it in my Jukebox Musicals video, and then I did it in the Mariah Carey versus the rest of the year. At some point during all that, I obviously wrote it into here. I just think it's been a bit done, like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not really sure, to be honest.
And H.P. Lovecraft.
I like to make stuff that looks like other stuff. As you see in my videos, you know, every idea I have, I'll throw out, oh, it's like The Matrix, oh, it's like Back to the Future, oh, it's like this thing, it's like that thing. Nothing wrong with that. I like doing that. And to be honest, my argument is that if you're basically gonna do something in the style of something, be honest about it. Be honest about the fact you're doing it in the style of something, because the worst thing you want to happen is for some clever sod to come up either in the comment section or get to the end of your film pitch to Netflix and then turn around and say, oh, this is kind of like blank, or this is basically blank. Because if you already established that it is, you've already established it, so it's fine. That's my philosophy anyway. So, after much deliberation and tossing around ideas, I went back to the drawing board, if you will, and back to the ideas that I've already had. Instead of lardy-darring around with second-hand ideas, trying to make up ideas on the spot that sounded impressive, I thought, well, Joe, you've already written some pretty impressive stories, or you've already got stories that are impressive that are not fully written yet, and that are just missing something. So, what if that something could be Doctor Who? So throughout this video, you've seen the back and forth of my creative process, trying to make an idea from scratch, bouncing different ideas around, sort of discussing what I wanted to get from this episode, and I have finally landed on The Demon of St. Ives. Now, this one is a cracking story because, well, hang on a second. The Demon of St. Ives is going to hit different, son. So this is an idea I've been working on for Northern Break, and I will finish it and publish it at some point. Don't worry, it will be different to this idea I'm about to pitch for you. But set against the Cornish landscape in the dying embers of autumn, local hearsay and rumours, Celtic culture, and a healthy dose of H.P. Lovecraft. Specifically, the Call of Cthulhu. In the original story, our protagonist is a down-and-out freelancer who accepts the job from the mysterious Mr. Moon. He travels down to St. Ives and is given lots of very weird instructions, and his first day is literally to explore the town. But as he's exploring St. Ives, he starts seeing lots of weird things about the town. Kids are running around with these weird Halloween masks on, and even at the church, the figure outside, his face has been replaced from human face to that of a squid. He starts seeing this squid face everywhere. These tentacles, they seem to be wrapping around every drinks bottle he can see. On all the paintings, it's pictures of drowned men and tentacles rising out of the water. And Mr. Moon is quiet about all this. He purposely lets the antagonist discover it for himself. Now, he finally meets a character you think he'll get some clarity from. The mysterious Father Penhallow, who claims to have nearly drowned when he was a boy, but he was rescued by a mysterious force he knows only as the Deep Ones. And it's quite clear that Mr. Moon and Father Penhallow have this ancient rivalry going on. They almost refuse to speak to each other, but when they do, it's full of grand gestures and threats and insults. But there's always a distance between the two. Now, I won't spoil the ending here, but rest assured, it's pretty good. But what I've just described to you is about as far as I've got in the original story, and then we jump to the climax. And it just felt like it was missing something. So I figured, what if that something was a blue police box? So now I've injected Doctor Who into this story. It's the Doctor and her companion Esther who become the Lodgers. They become the odd job workers. They meet Father Penhallow. They go on this madcap adventure which culminates in essentially the finale from the Call of Cthulhu. Do you remember how I said before about instead of copying something and then waiting for someone to call you out for it, you should just copy it up front and claim that was your idea all along? Well, this is it. I'm making no mistake here, kids. This is Cthulhu. And the beauty of it being a Doctor Who episode is that it'll introduce kids to the work of H.P. Lovecraft and this ancient monster that they probably won't have ever heard about. I mean, don't get me wrong, it'll freaking terrify kids, but I think it'll make for a damn good story. That's the episode I came up with.